What's up, everyone? You are tuned into Three Questions and a Song, the podcast where the name says it all. I'm literally going to ask my guests three questions. We're going to talk about their song. With me tonight is Utah from Noble Hops. What's up, Utah?
How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing well. Utah and I have a history where that sounds terrible. Utah purchased my first domain name that's pretty much helped put all of this into motion, and picked the name too, which isn't well known. So we'll throw that out there into the ether.
I appreciate you always throwing it out there when you do, though, Bill. Know that.
For those of you that aren't familiar, he is also on 97.7 FM, the rock station out of Butler, WLER, correct?
Yes, yeah, with on the Grassroots Show with my co-host Bob Cupp.
And if you are interested in unsigned and local music, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this, you can check them out. And if you're not in the Butler area, you can go to their website, 977rocks.com, and you can stream it from the website and still hear it. All right, with all that out of the way, Noble Hops has a new song out called Life by the Numbers. We're going to get to that in a moment. Utah, take a moment and tell the listeners and the viewers about your band, the Noble Hops.
Well, yeah, the band itself has been around since 2010, so we're coming up on our 15th year here. And but started as an acoustic duo type thing, but slowly morphed into what it is today, with a lot more focus on the original music aspect of it. And that kind of came about through the loss of a good friend named Mo Nelson, and the fact that he had left behind at least his music. You know, we still have that to share and enjoy, and it kind of lit the fire under my ass that I need to get on my stuff and get it going. And so I put together a band that features just four incredible musicians. Tony Villela on guitar, the Brad Hurlburt on drums, and Johnny Sleeves Costa on bass guitar. And we've been recording our music and going out to play it to anybody who will listen. And we still, when we play Mo songs during our sets as well, because we want to continue to honor Mo. And I would just call us something in the vein of a straight up American rock and roll with some alt country twist to it.
Recently, you have been making some trips up north. I've seen playing some breweries in Erie.
We've been getting around quite a bit regionally, from Mansfield through Youngstown. In fact, just played a great show at Biker's Brew House here not too long ago in Youngstown area for the Let Freedom Ring tour with Gary Burke III. And we have really built, I think, a presence in Erie, and we are continuing to do so. And now we're looking forward the end of summer here to getting out the central part of the state, and then got our eyes on down south next year.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what am I going to ask him? And I flash back to
It's pizza
SOS.
question.
Yeah, that's. Okay. I flash back to the SOS when you were like, "Oh, now I can ask you questions."
That was hilarious.
Anyone not familiar with that? It is on Music from the 412 on both the live and on demand. You can find it, and you can hear Utah try and put me on the spot.
That was a great project, and I would say probably that's where Music from the 412 kind of came out of. So
I would agree, since the very first conversation I had with Rocky about it was in Next Door Cafe and stuff.
And I can tell you that Bob and I both were very honored to have been asked to MC all of that. So thank you all. I don't know what that noise is that keeps kicking on there, but
did you hear it again?
It went away quickly that time.
Was it this?
No, there's like a big humming noise, but you'll hear it in the playback.
Awesome. My power went out today, and everything is being weird today.
There you go. Blame the Russians.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
This brings the movie Aerosmith did the whole soundtrack for. Why can't I think of the name of it? They blew up an asteroid. Armageddon.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Russian parts, American parts, all made in Taiwan.
That's funny stuff because I started out my first real job in a way. It was in the semiconductor industry many years ago, and plant closed due to them shipping all of that work overseas to like Taiwan and places like that. So it's pretty funny that you said that.
Hopefully it's a better job now. Yeah.
I work for myself, so I'm doing all right.
There you go.
My boss is an asshole, but other than that, it's pretty good.
I tried to get my uncle to go see Ace Frehley with me tomorrow, and he's like, I have to work. And I'm like, aren't you the boss?
Yeah. Well, and of course, Ace Frehley's over by the time this airs, but we were playing in Youngstown at Biker Brewhouse that night, or I would have been there for sure. In fact, I would have really petitioned hard to get Noble Hops to open that show, or at least be on the bill.
Yeah. Ringleader, I believe, is the local band that's opening, and then there's a band named Wicked from Rochester, New York.
Yeah, Bob interviewed them on the rock station. Yeah,
I interviewed them as well, which is where I got the tickets from.
All right, sounds pretty cool. Yeah, they sound pretty cool.
They're a couple episodes ago on 3 Questions and a Song, so if you're watching this episode, go back.
I'm always about a dozen episodes behind, Bill. I'll get there.
122, I think, is their number. I don't know what yours is. It's not 666 though.
I do remember that. I put a claim on that one. I'll put a claim on if you get the 666 for this show as well. I want that one.
Maybe that's what I'll call this one. Episode not 666.
I like that.
All right. So 3 questions. It only took us 10 minutes
of the show. There you go. Yeah. Well, I watched the episode with Sean Nestor, and I don't know, you guys went like all weekend with that or something. So I don't plan on doing that, but that was a great episode. Sean's a lot of fun. I love him, man. He's cool.
So I feel like this is not a fair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because you're so involved in the scene. You're in a band, you have a production company, you have a small label, and I hear you say it all the time, but what is the best part about the local scene here?
The talent. I mean, it's on par with anything anywhere in the world, in my opinion. It really is. I've been fortunate that the bulk of the people too that I've encountered in it are pretty, just cool, down to earth people, and I enjoy the friendships and relationships we've built over the years with most of them.
This is not a question, but just a statement. My son bought his first instrument that he paid for this week.
Oh.
And so he now has a Yamaha 5-string bass.
Yeah. And
back in the early 2000s, when he was like 2 and wearing pajamas, he was up on stage with Big House Pete. So now it's starting to do that full circle thing.
Yeah,
he's talking about being in bands and
yeah.
It's probably inevitable. My daughter Bria wants to sing in a band. So
I think that's cool stuff. I absolutely love that.
But what made me think of it is the guitar hanging on the wall behind you, which is my next question. Sort of. What is that one piece of equipment that you absolutely have to have? Like if you forgot it, you would turn around and go back and be late for your show.
It's kind of funny. I would, if it's Noble Hops, it'd be my guitar, but that's never happened.
What kind of guitar is it?
I'm currently playing a Telecaster and sometimes a Stratocaster in the the full band lineup.
Let's see, what is that? 2. I haven't given you an off the wall one, so let's go with, if you could sit down and have dinner with any 4 musicians, living or dead, who would you want to have?
Led Zeppelin.
Sitting with you. Just Led Zeppelin. Cover them all. What are you going to talk about?
You wanted me to pick the musicians individually.
You're going to pick them and then
Led Zeppelin.
Hey, what's the topic of conversation at dinner then?
Jeez. I don't know. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of that era that they started in. That's kind of where that came from.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So before we get into the song and head into the part where you get to leave, you do have a fairly big festival coming up that we would be remiss if we didn't talk about. And I'm just going to be quiet and let you.
Well, yeah, that's cool because, and it kind of ties into what we were just talking about a minute ago with, your son now playing and looking to get into a band and coming full circle because we've been doing the Band Jam Grassroots Music Festival now straight since 2013, kind of as a highlight, a live showcase of what Bob and I talk about every Sunday night on the Grassroots Show on the Rock Station 97.7. But one of the coolest things about that is just seeing the kids sitting in front of the stage and just mesmerized by the artists performing on stage. And we're still waiting, but we're hoping that comes full circle, that somebody's on stage one of these days and goes, I remember sitting here at the Band Jam, as a kid, and now I'm playing this stage. So we're really looking forward to that happening. But yeah, it's a 3-day festival out at Cooper's Lake Campground, which is right there at Route 422 and I-79. It's over 400 acres of ground there. It's a beautiful spot. And we kick it off with a singer-songwriter in the round on Thursday, August 21st. And then festival proper runs 5 p.m. On Friday, and it starts again at 11 a.m. on Saturday. It's a family-friendly event, so much so that kids 17 and under are free. And tickets are $30 for the whole weekend for those who are older than 17, or you can do $20 per a single day if you can only come out for one day. There's tons of camping there. However, camping is sold separately through Cooper's Lake Campground. We can't do anything for you there. That's just how it is, but you still need an admission ticket for the festival. And you can check out all the information on that at www.thebandjam.com.
So the stage is moving? Is that
yes.
Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, that is correct. We've been using. They've had an amphitheater. Well, they have an amphitheater out there. It's kind of a natural bowl there with a stage at the bottom of it. We've been using that for all of these years, but we've kind of outgrown it a little bit. And it's one of them situations where if you're a Band Jam veteran in the know, to get there early. It's kind of like a parade, and stake out your territory with your chairs and your tents. But if you show up late or you're new to the festival, you're kind of like, well, where do I go? Other than I have to sit in this bowl. And that can be a little hard to do over, 2 days of live music. So we're bringing in a mobile stage this year and putting it just kind of over the hill, but it'll be facing, more of a more level, grassy field area that we hope people can take advantage of and enjoy the festival a bit better. Bring a pop-up tent, your chairs, whatever, and just sit there and enjoy the music all day. That's what we're hoping for.
That's 2 years ago. I brought my camera with me, and I got there. I'm like, I'm not going down there. So last year I did not bring it.
Well, yeah, about it. Yeah, and back in the day, I mean, Bob and I used to hike that bowl constantly, and age doesn't even allow us to do that anymore. I had to start renting a golf cart, and Bob brings his. But yeah, so I mean, and I've sat on the on the hillside just to talk to people for a little bit, and I'm kind of like, man, I got to stand up, I got to move, I got to do something. And so we're trying to up our game a little bit and turn the corner with this festival, so to speak.
Okay, so let's go back to the song "Life by the Numbers." You're old enough. Not everybody I say this to is old enough to understand, but this is your MTV moment. Give me a storyteller's version of this song.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of my writing, and I mean, is grounded kind of in where I'm at as a person, I guess, with how I see things. I'm very liberty minded. The ideals of and the foundations of liberty are very important to me, and I think that we could do a lot better as humans and civilization if we just adopted those principles a little bit more. So the song just kind of talks about some simple things in the vein of that. Get up every day, do what you need to do, own your own shit, take care of yourself. And I'm not saying don't take care of other people around you either, but there's a reason they have you put the mask on first on an airplane, that loses oxygen. What can you really do for somebody else if you can't do much for yourself? So it's kind of along, them veins. And, we've been holed up at Rattleclack Studio there with Jazz Byers recording our stuff. We've got a lot of stuff in the works. We dropped Kelso Beach back in February, and it has just blown up for us, which is great. On this song here, second release for us here in 2025, I just, I felt the song, the bridge section just needed some gospel laid down to it, because that's where it just kind of hammers the truth home. I'm like, I need some gospel on here. So I called up a friend of mine. I called up a friend of mine that you may or may not heard of. She's known as the Lady of the Blues there in Pittsburgh. That's Miss Freddie. And, just so awesome of her to agree to do it. And she came in after working a whole shift at the hospital. It was Mother's Day, and threw that down on there, and it changed the trajectory of that song. You can't believe it was even more than I had, envisioned in my head of how it would go. And so I'll forever be thankful for her, with that. And she lays the gospel down.
Not only is she a phenomenal singer, but like she's even a better person. If you've ever had a conversation with her, you would know that.
I 100% agree. She's the real deal. And, and what's really neat about it too is in a lot of ways, she epitomizes what I'm singing about in the song.
Okay, so one other thing that I want to mention, or have you mention, and then we're going to go ahead and listen to Life by the Numbers. MTS Management.
Yes.
Michael has been on the Pennsylvania Rock Show, and I have featured a lot of his bands, and you guys recently linked up, and just, you want to give him like a quick commercial for other bands?
100%. We've had him on the Grassroots show several times, and he is, he's done a lot to help us out. There's no doubt about it. So if you're looking to do more with your music or your career or your band, or more focused on the music, I guess, but he's somebody that you can certainly strike up a conversation with. So.
And Noble Hops is up for a bunch of awards, correct?
I don't know what a bunch is. I guess we're up for two Josie Awards. We're looking forward to that. We're all going to be down in Nashville for that and drink some beers and applaud all the winners.
You might be surprised. Those trophies come to Western Pennsylvania fairly often.
Oh, yeah. We talk about them on the Grassroots show whenever that does happen. And, of course, we have featured many of the artists on our show as well with that. That was we did get nominated for the song we dropped in February called Kelso Beach. So we're excited about that. And I think we're also nominated for Best Rock Group or something along those lines. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I know this was a hard one to get scheduled.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't mean to blow you off all the time, Bill, but I am one busy guy. And the summer is insanity for me. But I always, we would talk about you on the Grassroots show quite often, and all that you do for the scene and for other artists. You've been doing it longer than I have been, and the Grassroots has been doing it. And so, I hope everybody does appreciate it, and it's good stuff.
All right, so up next we have Life by the Numbers. Make sure you check in on us at music412, buildthescene.com, and make sure you head over to noblehopsmusic.com. Get Kelso Beach, get Life by the Numbers. There are some other things there. Do you have the Amish Ninja on there?
Oh, yeah, we got the Amish Ninja up, and then Me for Me is up there.
Oh, that one's very
and then That's one of my more personal songs. I absolutely love that song, and the production and everything that came out of that song is just incredible to me. I absolutely love it. We recorded that with Rue Dog at the Leaning Studio of Green, and I'm so happy with the way that one turned out. And we got a cover up there too of one of Mo Nelson's songs called "Wicked Rest." And you can call the rock station 97.7, request any one of them songs, or request songs from your favorite local artists. And guess what? The rock station plays them in regular rotation.
So again, that's 977rocks.com for those of you not in Butler County like me.
Yeah, or 97.7 FM if you're in the listening area.
Okay. So Life by the Numbers, and check everybody out.